Okay, first of all, I thought it was a great day for Colorado State, not just Colorado State football. We're kind of hanging around the office, treating it like a regular game day, and I kept just walking to the windows in the facility and looking outside and to see our fans out there, 2, 3 hours before the game, just kind of gave me chills. And been talking to our all guys the last week that we're going to treat this like a game day. So we had our pregame meal, we had our normal meetings, we had our normal flex, so we could focus on the task at hand. A lot of times scrimmages, you're going out there, you're kicking field goals, and then you're just repping drive after drive after drive after drive, and it kind of goes fast, kind of like you do in practice. But we wanted to slow it down a little bit, kind of simulate TV timeouts, simulate having to wait and focus, you see a lot of improvement from game 1 to game 2, and a lot to do with the distractions of going to the locker room, having to wait 3.5-hour games, and we were able to feel some of that stuff today. And then, obviously we had the lightning delay, which, we used it as a positive and talked about, hey, this could happen. We got to be mature when we come back out the second half and focus and continue to play. And, I just thought it was a great day. There's a lot that we can learn from this tape, offensively and defensively. A lot of good things, both sides of the ball, a lot of negative things that were critical mistakes. But, the preparation of actually simulating a game and having a crowd and feeling the pressure, I thought was good for us, and hopefully it will be a benefit for us in the first game.
How much did the weather affect you?
Not at all. We just had a delay. It wasn't any rain, there wasn't any wind. We still rep the same amount of plays that we planned on repping. We just moved punt to the back of it. We actually cut some of our threes because of a defensive lineman went down, and we just didn't have some numbers. But it wasn't because of the weather. We got everything we needed to get in, and I liked it. You had to have a delay. You had to stay in the locker room. That could happen. So when that happens to us, we're going to have experienced that of having to sit in there and wait and patiently wait. And we stretched 2 or 3 times thinking we were about to get the clear before we went outside, and we had to regroup and start over. So all that's a good experience for us of handling a distraction.
You talked about being able to see all the fans gathering and all that. Can you kind of feel that energy and excitement when you guys took the field?
Yeah, I believe our guys felt it, first time in the stadium with people in the stands. The guys were walking around, kind of like they do before a game, kind of a little bit of nerves, kind of pacing back and forth. Coaches were. So I like the build of coming into the stadium, playing in front of people, having to, play under some pressure. There's always pressure that we apply, from the coach day in and day out because we strive for perfection. But, to feel that added pressure of fans in the seat, seeing who's going to perform, seeing who's going to lay it on the line and play, and I thought a lot of guys did a lot of nice things.
You did want to see some of your young guys, and it looked like E.J. Scott was ready for his moment.
Yeah, I thought E.J. did a nice job. He made a lot of plays, in one-on-one battles, going up and getting the ball. We had a speaker last night talk about that ball in the air is who wants it the most. And, we were in position to make plays defensively a couple times early in the first half of the scrimmage. And the offense wanted the ball more. They went up and made the plays, and defense has got to come away with those plays or at least pass breakups. But E.J. was a guy that has shown the ability to make big plays all camp, the first week and a half of camp, and he did it again today. He did have a crucial turnover, though, and that was a 1-minute situation there. We were working 1 minute. A nice route, nice throw by Colin. He's got to protect the ball. But it was good to see a young safety, freshman on the other side, Jaden Walker, who made that hit to cause that fumble. So a lot of good things both sides of the ball.
Was it also good to see that Colin Hill seemed comfortable moving around in the pocket again, coming off what he is, and scramble, try to extend plays?
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job up front with the 2 line of scrimmage, and we were having to mix and match with Moxley being out and Tyler Bjorklund being out today. So we were kind of just all over the place up front, but our 2 line did not perform very well at all. Colin was able to extend plays with his legs. He did a nice job stepping up in the pocket one time on the touchdown pass. It wasn't a great throw. E.J. made a great pass, but he did a nice job stepping up in the pocket. But you saw him escape, make some plays on the run a couple times. He's just got to get more comfortable running the offense. He wasn't efficient enough throwing the ball, a little bit inaccurate, going to the wrong guys. But as far as his mobility and his health of his knee, he's 100%. He's actually moving better than he did as a freshman. That's not a concern at all. He's just got to continue to grow in the role of being a quarterback and being able to move the change by executing with accurate passes. He wasn't accurate enough today.
From the eye test, did anybody else kind of make an impression on you?
Well, I just start defensively. I thought Josh Watson made some plays, a couple key stops where, we were on zone runs in the middle. We didn't fit on him, or he backdoored the line of scrimmage, and on a toss, he made a nice play. I thought Emmanuel Jones did a nice job on the tight end. He's been a very impressive guy for us all camp. Anthony Hawkins made some plays. He had a pick and a third down. He had a nice stop in the red zone when there was a hole as big as this room. And Darius probably could have just kept running, but Anthony came up and made a physical stop. I saw Kyle Robinson made a stop in the red zone. Those were guys defensively were making. I mentioned Jaden Walker making some plays. We kind of Jordan Fogle and Slager probably got maybe 20 reps trying to get those young guys in to make plays. Ellison Hubbard at 98, couldn't block him all day. He was in the backfield all day, could not block him. Made a lot of plays, had an opportunity to make a lot more. He's a guy that's got a chance to be a very good player for us. Offensively, we talked about E.J. Scott. I thought Warren Jackson did some nice things. He's still in a limited role, was only able to get 20, 25 snaps for us. I thought, BC, Mike Gallup, BC, they had a good days. I was kind of trying to not give them as many reps out there today. Nick looked great. I thought Nick was very efficient. He knew what he was doing all day. He was sharp throwing the ball. And then in the red zone, it's 2nd and 2. We call it naked, and they cover it. And all he's got to do is run and get the first down. He might walk in the end zone and does a bonehead decision. And we've practiced red zone. We've talked about it. We talk about what we want to come away with points, and that decision right there, probably is going to upset him and feel like he ruined his day. But that one play right there could cost you a game. But other than that, I thought Nick did an excellent job all day. And then another guy I want to mention is 28, Rashad Body. He's got to get a little bit better with his vision, running the ball, but he's a runaway train back there. Really, he has improved so much from his first year. Really proud of the way he's progressed.
Was this also valuable, because I can notice like the game clock, at least the play clock is up high on the wall on either side. Just those little things to get used to, where like Nick has to look to know these things for all the players. Was that valuable as well?
Yeah, every part of the day was valuable for where the play clocks are, finding the clock in the 1 minute. Substitutions, having to deal with TV timeouts and wait on the sideline and go back out. Operational side, I'm not talking about the stadium facilities, but for us, where we go, when the team meeting, how do we get around the OCR club, where we enter, where we exit, where we warm up. Those are a lot of things that you practice, leading up to maybe in your last scrimmage or the Friday before, the stretch lines, the warm up, where we go out, how we do things. But we were actually able to do it in a game setting. And when you have that the day before the game and then the day of the game, it's kind of all new. People are worried about all that sometimes instead of focusing on what they got to do and what they're about to play, who they're about to play. That won't be an issue for us in the first game because we have practiced that. And we're not going to have a crowd next Saturday, but we're going to do the same thing. And that kickoff time will represent the Rocky Mountain Showdown kickoff time, and then we'll have 2 weeks before the first game.
Did you like what you saw from the defensive line as a whole? You guys got some push in the run game and then had a couple sacks.
Yeah, I thought the sacks were mainly against the twos. The defense, obviously the offense when we're moving the ball, we're able to move the ball kind of at will early on, but came back after the halftime, and I thought that the defense, Bo Burnett, continued to play hard, continued to play with effort, and then good things started to happen. Tip pass, an interception, a couple third down stops, get in the red zone, all right, force an interception by our one unit, goal line, and that was more twos. But they were able to, recover. And we didn't go in the tank. We did not let, some things not going well, all right, affect us the rest of the game. As far as run game, I wasn't really trying to run the ball today. If you notice, we were trying to throw it and see some of those young guys. And we can sit up there and when we do that enough in practice, sometimes scrimmage is more about, let's go play and work on your passing game some.
Going in, do you have sort of a number of plays you were hoping to run, and do you know about how many you ended up with?
we were thinking around 106 to 110, and I believe right before we went red zone, I think they told me we were like 98. So that would be, I think we ended up with about right where I thought I was going to be. I know we were around 50 at half, and sometimes the drives when you stay 8 plays, but if we continue to go, I let them continue to play out the drive, and then if we score in 6 or 7 plays, I might not come back and run the last 2 plays. So it's just kind of a pitch count of your ones and your twos, and then your players too. We had a pitch count going of how many of the safeties we're getting. We had a pitch count going of how many Josh Watson plays he was getting. We had a pitch count of our running backs and their carries. Dawkins just did the first drive in the 1 minute pitch count with BC, and I played Dietrich a lot more in the 21, which is our pro eye set at the flanker, just because BC's a guy that's always on the field. He's on special teams. I know what BC can do, and Gallup a little bit the same way, where you saw E.J. Scott with the ones. So it was more of a pitch count players, but we thought we'd get around 110.
Once you're done looking at this film, how much do you think it will alter, I guess, the way you approach practice the next week?
Well, going in, we'll obviously it'll alter a little bit of who we want to get ready. There are going to be some guys that we're going to say we got to get this guy ready, and there's going to be some guys that this guy can't do it. That mean we're going to throw him away, but we're going to move somebody else in front of him. And if he continues to work, his opportunity, he'll have another opportunity if he continues to work. And then the other thing is what I just told the team. I said, this was, our first test. Okay, now. We got to get ready, not for our next test, August 26th. The next test is next Saturday. What are you going to do between now and then as far as taking care of your body, your mental preparation, getting better day in and day out as far as practice, and having a good game on Saturday. And the other thing I mentioned is we finished school. We just finished that on Friday. We had our last exam. There is no more school, so we can focus totally on, football. So when we walk in these doors, we need to be 100% focused on our task that day, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a walkthrough, whether it's a drill in practice, or whether it's a live situation.
Mike, can you get the sense that some of that?
You need an Under Armour hat, by the way. Yeah.
My son's school. Anyway, I have an Under Armour hat. It's in the car. Do you sense that some of that? Obviously, there's a lot of excitement and anticipation about this facility, this stadium, people seem to understand. Do you get the sense there's a little more excitement just about this team and what you guys are able to accomplish this year, out and about in the community as you're out and about? You hear from
Well, you want a place. You want to be at a place where, fans are excited for the season, where fans have high expectations every year, where fans aren't expecting us to, hey, we need to be mediocre. You want fans where they expect you to be good every year in and year out, and that's our expectations. And obviously when you've got guys coming back from the previous year that had success, fans think that equates to you're going to have more success. But we have a chance to do that, but we have to build our team offensively and defensively because we lost pieces. We do have some pieces to the puzzle, right, that will give us a chance to compete week in and week out, but it's how we build our team on a daily basis. But, there's some excitement out there. And, it's having a guy like Nick Stevens back who was played really well at the end of the season. It's having a guy like Michael Gallup, having your 2 runners coming back. But we got to get some tight ends ready to play. We got to get 3 offensive line. We got to find 5 guys. So there's a lot offensively. Defensively, we got some guys coming back, but we got to play better than we did last year consistently. So that excitement's there, which, we welcome that excitement. We welcome those expectations. You've got this stadium, you've got this facility, you've got the number of season tickets that we've sold. Everybody's excited about not just, like you said, coming to see the stadium, but coming to see the product. And, and I told our guys, I've been telling you since January, the product, all right, is you. We got a big responsibility to make sure that every day we're putting ourselves, all right, under extreme pressure. Talked about it last night. We're going to apply heat and pressure as coaches. You ought to apply it to yourself, all right, so that we can be strong and withstand everything. So we got a lot of work to do, but the excitement's there. I want guys that are excited. I want guys that think they're good, but that's talk. We got to work.